So we're just going to start seated, up nice and tall. Taking a breath in to prepare. As we exhale, we're just slowly going to curl through the spine. And inhale as we restack. So exhaling as we curl through the spine. And then inhale as we restack back up, just warming up through the back. Exhale as we scoop and curl, just slowly reaching further down. And then inhale as we slowly restack the spine back up. Exhale, tucking the tail under, scooping in through the middle, slowly curling down just to our lower back meets the mat. And then exhale as we, inhale as we restack back up. All right, we've got 3 more. Exhale as we scoop and lengthen. And inhale, restacking the spine. Last 2. Exhale as we curl down. And then inhale as we restack. Alrighty, last one. Exhale as we curl and scoop. We're going to hold at the bottom. We're going to take the arms up, bring them back around. We're going to scoop in. We're going to come back up to tall. So curling down just to our lower back meets the mat. We're going to take the arms up and over, take the arms out nice and wide, skipping in through the middle, and then slowly coming back up. We're here for 3 more. Exhale as we scoop and lengthen. Inhale, take the arms out. Exhale as I come back through. And then curling back up. Last one. Lengthening out through the spine, connecting the lower back to the mat. Arms up overhead, out nice and wide. And then scooping in, restacking the spine. All right. We're going to add in a little bit of rotation in now. So we're going to take both hands over to the right hand side. We're slowly going to curl down to the lower back, connect to mat. We're going to take our left arm across, right arm comes and meets, and then we're going to curl up on the other side to center, then back to the left, curling down. Lower back meets the mat, right arm across, left arm across, scoop and come back up, back to center. Back to the right, curling down, lengthening out through the spine. So we still want to keep our center of the mat, center of the spine, sit right down the center, and then up on the left-hand side. Last one to the left, scooping in, lengthening out, right arm across, left arm meets, and then coming back up. Taking the arms out in front. Taking the arms out nice and wide. We're going to go for a curl down with our arms out wide now. So lengthening through the back of the spine, tucking the tail under, scooping in through the belly. Slowly curling down. We're just going to slowly bring our heels in. Our hands are going to come to meet our heels. And we're slowly going to lower our chest down. Getting ready for a pelvic curl. So we'll take a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, we're going to tuck our tail under, scooping in through the middle, slowly curling up into a bridge. Inhale at the top, and then exhale as we just lengthen out, slowly coming back down. Getting warmed up again through the spine. So exhale as we scoop and curl, pressing evenly through both feet, keeping the hip bones nice and level. Inhale at the top, and then exhale as we lengthen and slowly come back down. So we're here for 4 more. Exhale, scoop. Getting as much length through the spine as possible. As you come back down, getting as much space between each vertebra as possible. Last 3. Tucking the tail under, scooping in, squeezing through the backs of the legs, digging deep through the abdominals. Inhale at the top, and then exhale as we lengthen and come back down. We've got our last 2. Scooping in and curling back up, pushing through evenly through both feet, keeping the hip bones nice and level. And then slowly coming back down. All right, we've got our last one. We're going to hold it at the top. So when you get those hip bones nice and level, we're just going to pick up our left leg, floating up into tabletop. We've got single leg taps on our left leg. So exhale as we lower, inhale as we float it back up. We've got 5 more, nice and slow. Last 4, keeping those hip bones nice and level. 3 more. Slowly taking the toe down to tap. Last 2. And last one, slowly placing that left leg back down. We're going to, without anything shifting, we're going to float our right leg up, and we've got our single leg floats on the right side. So keeping nice and long through the spine, hip bones nice and level, and digging deep through those abdominals. We've got our last 5 on this side. So making sure that your hip doesn't drop. Just being mindful to press through the heel and the big toe of that foot that's on the mat. We've got 3 more. Last 2. And last 1. So we're going to place that right leg back down. We're going to float our left leg back up, and we've got single leg pelvic curls. So we're slowly going to lengthen out through the spine, floating down to the mat, and then we're going to scoop and curl and come back up, keeping those hip bones nice and level. So I want you to really concentrate, making sure that you're nice and strong that's on the mat, making sure that we're keeping nice and wide through the collarbone so we're not getting any tension through the neck. And again, we're focusing on getting that length through the lower back and that space between each vertebra. We've got 4 more on this side. Last 3. Slowly coming back down. Last 2. And last 1. So we're going to hold up. We're going to lower that left leg down. We're going to float our right leg up, and we're just going to finish with single leg pelvic curls on this left side. So we're slowly going to lengthen out through the spine, coming back down, and we're slowly going to peel the spine back up. So we're here for 8. So digging deep through those abdominals, squeezing through the back of the legs, squeezing the bottom. Just being mindful that that left knee doesn't start falling out to the side, and that the leg in tabletop doesn't fall out either. So we still want to keep that hip width distance between your knees and your feet. We've got 5 more here. Exhale as we scoop and lift, inhale at the top, and then exhale as we lengthen and come back down. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. We're just going to hold it at the top, place that right foot down, and we're slowly going to lengthen out through the spine, lowering the hips down and releasing at the bottom. We're just going to take those arms out into a T position, palms up. We're going to float our right leg up into table. The left leg's going to float up to meet. We're going to keep our ankles and our knees tight. We're going to inhale, gently letting both knees tip over to the left, and spine twist supine. Keeping your back ribs connected. Then we're going to exhale, zip up through the middle, come to center. We're going to inhale, we're going to go in the opposite direction. So taking those knees to the right hand side, keeping your back ribs connected, and then exhale and scooping in as we come back through center. We're going to go 1 more on each side. Inhale as we stretch, floating the legs to the right, left hand side, and then exhale as we scoop and come back through center. Last one to the right. Keeping all those your back ribs connected to the mat, and then exhale and scoop as we come back through. Just need to get my t-shirt sorted out. All right. We're going to lower those feet back to the mat. We're going to bring our hands behind our head. We're going to come into a chest lift position. So we're going to exhale, scoop, lifting our chest up. We're going to hold that position. We're going to go into a little pelvic curl. As we lower our hips down, we're going to bring our chest lift a little bit higher, and then we're going to slowly come back down. So we're going to exhale and scoop. Inhale, we're going to lift the hips up. Exhale as I come back down, we're going to bring the chest a little bit higher, and then inhale as we come back down. So just getting that nice warm up through the middle. Exhale, scoop and lift. Inhale, little pelvic curl. Exhale, curl comes down, chest comes a little bit higher, and then inhale as we come back down. Last one, exhale and scoop. Inhale as we lift the hips up. Exhale as we come down and come a little bit higher with the chest. And then inhale as we come back down. We're just going to bring those legs up into a tabletop position. We're going to take our arms up, stretching the arms out long. We're going to stretch out our left leg, keeping that right leg in tabletop. Left leg's going to be stretched, and we're going to go for single leg circles. So we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're just going to go in the opposite direction now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're just going to bring that left leg into tabletop. You should just give those knees a hug in for a second. So when we're in that position, you should feel that nice warming up through the middle. We want to make sure that those hips are staying nice and connected to the mat. So we're going to take our hands back overhead, legs in tabletop. We're going to exhale and stretch our legs long. We're going to keep that left leg in tabletop. Right leg's going to stretch out this time. We've got single leg circles with the right leg. So we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And reverse direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that right knee back in. Bring those knees into the chest. And we're just going to come for a little rock and roll now. So we're just going to roll all the way up into a seated position. So we're going to set up with our legs out long. We're going to have the heels just on the outside of the mat. Toes are going to be pulled back towards your nose. We're going to stretch your arms out in front, taking a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, chin to chest, and then bone by bone, we're slowly going to curl down, reaching out past your feet, getting that stretch through the whole spine. We're going to inhale as we slowly restack back up. So exhale as we lengthen out, scooping in through the middle, stretching those arms forward. And we're going to inhale as we slowly restack the spine back up, keeping those toes pulled towards your nose. So we'll go again. So exhale as we lengthen, stretching a little bit further each time, digging deep through those abdominals. And then inhale as we come back up. Alrighty, last one. Exhale, lengthen out, scooping it in through the middle, stretching those arms long. And then inhale as we restack the spine. So we're going to add a little bit of shoulder extension into our next one. So we're going to exhale and curl down, stretching out, reaching those arms long. We're going to lengthen out through the spine. We're going to lift our arms up, and we're here for 10 pulses. So we're just going to lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just lower that chest back down, and then we're going to slowly come back up. Alrighty, we're going to add in some throughout rotations now. So we're going to stretch our arms out in front. Exhale, chin to chest. We're going to stretch those arms back through. We're going to lengthen out through the spine, keeping the arms long this time. So we're going to have a nice long spinal position. And we're just going to turn our right arm back beside us and then come back forward and then stretch our left arm back behind. So you want to keep that length through the spine, hinging at the hips, so alternating sides. So we've got 3 more each side. Bowing that arm back behind and then bringing it back forward. Like someone's pulling your 2 hands away from each other. We've got 1 more each side. And last one to the left. Diving back forward. And then slowly restacking the spine. So the spine should be starting to warm up now. We're going to bring our feet. Actually, we're going to stretch our legs out in front. Arms are going to come in front. And we're just slowly going to curl down, keeping our legs nice and long. So at the bottom, we're just going to, bring our knees into our chest, and we're going to come into rolling like a ball. So we want to keep our knees tight, our ankles tight. We're going to inhale, prepare. Inhale as we roll back. Exhale, we come up and balance. So inhale, rolling back to the shoulders. And then exhale as we balance at the top. Inhale, roll back. exhale, scoop and balance. Inhale back, exhale, scoop and balance. So you want to try and come back and land in the exact same position each time. So activating nice and deep through these abdominals. We've got 3 more here. Last 2. And last one. And we're just going to roll back. I'm just going to set myself up again. We're going to go into our double leg stretch next. So we're going into an abdominal series. So we're going to keep our knees tucked in. We're going to inhale. We're going to stretch our arms and our legs out long. And exhale as we scoop. Inhale, stretch. Exhale and scoop. So as we do these ones, I want you to concentrate on making sure that you're keeping nice and zipped up through the middle. So we don't want to lose that abdominal connection. We've got 4 more. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, scoop. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. From here, we're going into the single leg stretch. So right leg stretches out, tucking the left knee into the chest and change, and change, and change. So keeping a nice regular breathing rhythm with these ones. We've got 5 more each side. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. And then from here, we're going into crisscross. So the hands come behind the head and we're going to be crossing from side to side. So each time we cross, I want you to think about getting the opposite rib to hip. We've got 5 more each side. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. We're going in the hamstring pull. So we're going to straighten both legs out, hands behind our left shin, and change, and change. So we're going to go nice and quick with these ones, digging deep to the abdominals. We've got 5 more each side. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. And we're just going to finish with double legs, hands behind the chest. So we're just going to inhale as we lower, exhale as we lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, scoop and lift. Last 8. Last 7. Last 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And we're just going to bring those knees in and just have a little breather for a tick. So abs should be feeling nice and warmed up after those ones there. Alrighty, we're going to come back up into a seated position with the legs out nice and long. We're going to take our arms out nice and wide, palms facing upwards, sitting up as tall as possible. So we're going to go into seated rotation. So we're going to inhale and rotate. We'll do a double pulse to the right and then back to center. Double pulse to the left, back to center. So alternating sides, keeping the palms up, growing taller with each rotation. So imagining like you're trying to bring your spine out like it's a sponge. Inhale as we rotate and exhale back to center. So we've got 3 more each side. Last 2. And last 1. And then we can just bring those arms down. So we're going to take the arms back behind us. We're going to have our palms flat and our fingers facing forward, and we're just going to open up through the chest. So we're going into back support. So we're just going to lift up, getting that length through the spine, squeezing the back of the legs, opening up through the chest. Then we're slowly going to come back down. So exhale as we scoop and lift, lengthening through the spine, squeezing the bottom, squeezing the back of the legs. And then we're going to slowly come back down. We're here for 5 more. Lengthening, opening up through the chest, And slowly coming back down. Last 4. Last 3. So getting that length through the lower back, nice and open through the chest. Slowly coming back down. Last 3. Last 2. Exhale as we lengthen, lift. Inhale as we come back down. Last 1. Just lengthening, opening up through the chest. And we'll slowly come back down. All right, we're just going to come into a little bit of a combination for our next one. So I'll cue you through it, but we've got, we're going to start with, we're going to do 3 roll like a ball, and then we're going to move on to I'll cue you through them as we go through it. So we'll get ready for our roll like a ball. So heels tight, ankles tight, lengthen through the back of the neck. We're going to inhale, roll back, exhale, scoop and balance. That's 1, 2, 3. On our next one, we're going to lengthen our arms out. We're going to go over into the rollover. We're going to reach up into the jackknife. So taking our legs straight up into the sky, squeezing through the backs of the leg and the tummy. We're slowly going to fold back over, taking the legs back overhead. We're going to roll back through, and we're going to lift up into a teaser. Knees come back in, back to roll like a ball. So we're here for 3, 2, last 1. We're going to come back over into the rollover, stretching out through the back of the legs. We're going to come up into the jackknife, so stretching the legs up into the sky, squeezing the back of the legs. We're going to fold back over, scoop it in, and we're going to come up into our teaser. Last 1. We've got 3 roll like a ball. That was 3, 2, 1. We're going to come over into the rollover. We're going to stretch up into the jackknife. So lifting those feet up to the sky, up onto the shoulders. We're going to fold at the hips. And then we're going to come up into our teaser and hold. So lengthening, lengthening, legs down. And we're just going to stretch those arms out in front. All right. So we're going to come into a kneeling position. So we're going to sit up with our knees underneath our hips. We want to make sure that our ankles are together. So we're going to have them hip width distance apart. We're going to take our hands behind our head. We're going to inhale and we're going to stretch over, getting that nice side bend down the side. And then we're going to come back up to tall. We're actually going to take our arms out wide. So we're going to go the opposite direction this time. So we're going to stretch, 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 stretching our arms away from each other, getting that length through the side body. And then we're going to come back up to tall. So we've got 2 more in each direction. So stretching, getting that length through the side body, stretching those arms away from each other, and then restacking the spine. Stretching over to the opposite direction, and then back to center. We've got 1 more each way. So stretching back over to the left, and then back to center, and last one to the right, and then back up to center. All right, on our next one, actually, before we go to that, we're going to bring our arms in front. We're going to go into the thigh stretch. So we're going to hinge from the knees, hinging back, keeping the tummy on, leaning back. We're going to squeeze, come back up tall, and then take our arms back out wide. So arms come in front, hinging from the knee, keeping that nice long spine position, squeezing the tummy in the bottom. Come back up and open those arms back out wide. We've got 3 more. Back, scooping in, opening the arms back up wide. Last 2. Hinging back, keeping that length through the spine, getting that stretch through the front of the thigh, and then opening back up. Last 1. Leaning, hinging, 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 squeezing back up, taking those arms back up wide. So we're going to keep our arms out wide. We're going to stretch over to the left-hand side. We're going to keep reaching over. We're going to put our weight into that left hand. Our right hand's gonna go behind our head and our right arm's gonna be stretched out to the side. And we've got our kneeling side kick. So we're gonna take the arm forward, leg forward and then back. So forward for 2 pulses and then back. We've got 5 more. Keeping that leg up nice and high. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. From here, we're going to keep that right leg lifted. We're going to take it back behind to tap the ground. We're going to lift it up and over to tap the front of the mat. So over to the back, over to the front. We've got 4 more. And then back over. Last 3. And then back over. Get that leg as high as possible. Last 2. And then back forward. And last 1. And then back in front. We're gonna transfer into 4-point. So hands are gonna be wrists under your shoulders, your left knee under your left hip. We're gonna keep that right leg long, and we've got single leg lifts with that right leg. So stretching it away. So think as though someone is pulling that leg away from the body. So we're looking for length here, not for height. We've got 5 more. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. So we're going to keep that right leg stretched away. We're going to go into a tricep push-up, lowering our forehead down to the ground and then pushing back up. So as we lower down, the right leg lifts, hips stay level, and then we come back up. We've got 5 more here. So tucking the elbows into the rib cage, exhaling as we press back up. Last 4. Pressing back up. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. And then just lowering that leg down, taking the knees out nice and wide, stretching the arms out in front, and just dropping the armpits down, just getting your breath back just for a moment. All right, so we're just slowly going to restack the spine. So we just have to do that all on the other side now. So we're going to set up in our kneel position again. This arms out nice and wide, knees underneath your hips. This time we're going to stretch over to the right hand side. So stretching that right arm away. We're going to get that lengthened spine position, right wrist under right shoulder, stretching out our left leg. And we've got our side kick kneel. So we're going for our side kick. So we're going to come forward for 2 and then back for 2. So keeping that leg nice and high, keeping those hips nice and stacked. We've got 5 more. Last 4, keep that leg nice and high. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. All right, so we're gonna go into those hot potatoes now. So we're gonna stretch that left leg up to the front of the mat and then back to the back of the mat. Up and over. We're here for 8. So we've got 6 more. And up and over. Last 5. And back over. Getting that leg as high as possible. Last 4. And then over. Last 3. Up higher. Last 2. And last 1. Beautiful. So coming into our front support, we're going to keep our hands underneath our wrists. Right knee is under your right hip. We're going to stretch that back leg, left leg behind, and we've got single leg lifts with that left leg. So think as though someone's reaching that leg, so pulling your leg away from you. We're going for length here rather than height. So I want you to make sure you're not arching your back. We've got 5 more. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Keeping that left leg up. We're going to go into our push-ups on our left side. So we're going to bend those elbows into the rib cage, lowering your forehead down to the mat, lifting the left leg up. And then we're going to push ourselves back up. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. We've got 6 more. Elbows coming into the rib cage, keeping that left leg nice and long. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Coming back up, you can lower that leg back down. Knees out nice and wide, and then just dropping those hips down. Sending the arms out in front. Opening up through the hip. All right. So we're going to set up into the twist. So we're going to come into a side plank position. So top leg in front of bottom leg, stretching your top arm up to the sky in a nice lengthened position. From here, we're going to exhale. We're going to lift your hips up, keep your nice long spine, stretching your top arm underneath. We're going to come back to center and then bend the knees and come back down. So we're going to come back up. We're going to lift the hips up, stretching the hand underneath, nice long spine, back to side plank, and then bend the knees and come back down. We've got 3 more. Lifting up, lifting hips up, keep the spine long, bottom hand reaches under, back to side plank, and bend the knees and come back down. Last 2, stretching back up, hips come up, hand comes under. Back to side plank, bend the knees and come back down. Last 1, stretching up into side plank, hips up, into the twist, back into side plank, and then bend those knees and come back down. We're going to come into a plank position, back into front support. So we're going to have hands underneath shoulders. We're going to have nice and long through the spine. We're going to start by coming up into the up stretch. So we're just going to lift those hips up, stretching through the back of the legs, pushing evenly through both palms. We're slowly going to come back down into plank. As we come down, we're going to hold that position. We're slowly going to bring right knee into right elbow. We're going to take that leg back up and then back into up stretch. We're going to come back forward. This time we're going to take our right knee in towards our chest. We're going to stretch right leg back and then back into up stretch. Back to plank. We're going to take right knee to left elbow. Right leg back to plank. And then back up to up stretch. We're going to come back to plank one more time. We're going to hold this position. We're going to stretch our right foot out. We've got 5 single leg lifts. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the right leg down. And we're just going to take the knees out nice and wide and drop the hips down, big toes together. All right, we're going to come back into our front support again. So we're just going to do that same series just on the other side. So we're going to set up with our wrists under the shoulders, stretching out into our plank position. So we're just going to hop into our up stretch, dropping the armpits down, pressing evenly through the palms. We're going to slowly come back down into front support. We're going to bring left knee to left elbow. Slowly take the left leg back to plank and then back up to up stretch. Slowly coming back forward into plank. Left knee to chest. Stretch the left knee back and then back to up stretch. Slowly coming back forward to plank. Left knee to right elbow. Left knee to plank. And then back to up stretch. All right, slowly coming back forward. I'm just going to stretch out our left leg. We've got 5 single leg lifts. So stretching that leg away for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg back down. Bring the knees down, big toes together, knees out nice and wide. And just dropping the chest down, dropping the hips down, and taking a couple of nice deep breaths. All right, just transferring onto our tummies now. We're just going to set up in a nice lengthened position. We're going to stretch the arms in front. Legs are going to be lengthened away. We're going into some slow swimming. So the chest is just going to be slightly lifted, hips anchored to the mat. We're slowly going to stretch our left arm, right leg. Slowly lower back down. And then we're going to stretch right arm, left leg. So slowly alternating sides, thinking about length rather than height, and making sure that the hips aren't moving. We'll do 3 more each side. So inhale as we stretch, exhale as we come back down. We've got 2 more each side. And last one. And just pressing down into the back. So just letting all your back muscles relax. We're going to go into just a little bit of a back extension. So we're going to keep our forearms just beside us. Legs are lengthened away, so think about squeezing your knees into the mat. We're going to inhale. We're slowly going to start lifting up the chest, lengthening through the spine. And we're going to exhale as we slowly lower back down. So we're here for 4 more. So inhale as we lengthen. And then exhale as we come back down. We've got 3 more. Inhale, lengthening through the chest. And then exhale as we come back down. Inhale as we lengthen. And then exhale as we come back down. All right, last one. And then slowly coming back down. So we'll just do that child's pose stretch one more time. So big toes together, stretching the arms out in front. And then we're slowly going to come back up. All right. We're just going to finish with a planking series. So we did this one once before, but we're going to do the 20 seconds in each position. And we'll start with wrists. I'll cue through each one though, but we're going to start in front support. So let's get set up. So we're going to have legs out long, wrists under shoulders, and we're on. So we've got 20 seconds in each position. We want to keep that nice long spinal position. We want to make sure that your butt's not in the air or dipping down. So keeping that nice strong core, squeezing through the back of the knees. We've got 3, 2, and 1. And we're just going to come into a side plank. So keeping that length through the spine. We want to make sure you're nice and strong through that shoulder. So make sure we're not dipping down. We've got 5 more seconds here, then we're going to go back to our front support. So 3, 2, and 1, coming back through to our front plank. So keeping nice and broad through your upper back, making sure you're not sinking into your shoulders. And we want to keep our knees squeezed. We've got 3 more seconds here, and we've got our side plank on the other side. So you can have your top hand on top of your hip, or you can stretch it up to the sky. You want to make sure you're not sinking through your shoulders or sinking through your hips. So keeping that nice long spinal position. We've got 5 more seconds here. And then we're going to come back through. We're going to do front support in our forearms this time. So we've got 20 seconds here. So keeping that lengthened position. If you're starting to tire, you can drop down to your knees. Otherwise, you can keep your knees up. Just make sure you keep them nice and tight. We've got 3, 2, and 1. We've got our side planks on the left-hand side. So keeping those hips stacked. We got 10 more seconds, and then we're back to front support. Last 3, 2, and 1. We're back to front support on our forearms. Second last round here. We've got 10 more seconds. So make sure we're not looking through at our belly button. You want to keep your chin in line with the spine. We've got 3, 2, and 1. And we're back to our right hand side. So last side plank. We've got 10 more seconds here, and then we've got 1 more to go. Last 3, 2, and 1. And we're just going to come down to our front support and forearm position for our last 20 seconds. So keep it nice and long through the spine, keeping the tummy on nice and tight. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just slowly lowering those knees down, keeping the big toes together, knees out nice and wide, and then stretching those arms down in front. And we're just going to stretch those arms over to the right hand side, getting that stretch down the left hand side of the body. And then taking the arms over to the left hand side. So sitting bone down nice and heavy. And then back through to center. We're just slowly going to restack back up. And then we are done.